and this kind of falls in this one, is what was your funniest Tomcat story?
My funniest Tomcat story, and you know, you got to figure, I've got 2,500 hours in the F-14, almost all F-14As, and a lot of funny things happen. You know, there was a time I've almost got in trouble for not scheduling a low-level route properly, and we flew near Edwards Air Force Base and kind of got yelled at by controllers. You know, in all those years, a lot of funny things happened. But one of the funniest, most amusing, was this time on the start of my third deployment. I was in VF2. We were flying near Hawaii, and it was probably the first or second flying day of the deployment. So workups, loading on the ship, everything's behind us. You set off on cruise. We spent, you know, a week leaving the United States, or leaving the West Coast, getting to the Hawaiian area. And then we say, okay, let's start flying. So there's been a lot of pressure and everything, and now we're trying to get into the deployment mode. So we're assigned a air defense exercise. And usually these were very dull. And you know, you'd go out there, you'd take your station, nothing would happen, you'd come home. And so it's like, okay, it's just, you know, practice bleeding. So on this exercise, we take off and we look at our INS for our cap station, and we're following steering, and it's over the island of Kauai. It's over land. And I'm going like, that's kind of strange, but okay. So we're sitting there and we get on station, and like, you know, minutes after we get on station, I get a radar contact. I go, wow, they actually scheduled some adversaries for this, you know? So we run this intercept, and as we get close, I can see this DC-9. It was Hawaiian Air. And I go, oh, you know, that's not our contact. So my pilot, you know, he calls the tally, we see it's a DC-9. So we don't get too close to it, we go back to our station. So we go back to our station and make, you know, one turn around, oh, another contact. We start going out, we get close to it, it's another airliner. So I'm sitting there, you know, question marks popping up, what the hell? And my pilot goes, oh, he goes, bio, I forgot to sync the compass when we left the ship. So he, you know, does the compass sync button, and this is something. This is my third deployment. By this time I had, you know, 1,300 Tomcat hours, but I never thought about syncing the compass. Pilots always did that. So he syncs the compass, and the display on the TID, you know, it just goes, and I go, oh shit, our station is 60 miles north, you know? So we just quietly tootle up to our station.
2 seconds later.
And we're going like, oh man. I'm thinking, what are we gonna use as an excuse, you know? Well, we get back to the ship. The E2 never said, why weren't you on station? The cruiser never, you know, nobody even questioned the fact that we were flying over Kauai for 15 minutes. Nobody ever said anything to us about that. So the pilot was Hooter, great guy to fly with, and I don't feel bad about telling this story on him, because about 2 days later, I had my own similar experience, and that is Hooter and I man up. It was another, you know, low stress flight near Hawaii. We get in the airplane, we're about to take off, or we're about to taxi, and all of a sudden a final checker comes up and tells us you're down. And Hooter goes, bio, why is that guy telling us we're down? I go, I don't know. So I go, let me call the boss. I go, oh, to call the boss, I need to turn my radio on. So I had not, in my man up, you know, checklist, cockpit wipeout, I had not turned my radio on. So I told Hooter, I go, oh, wait a minute, I didn't have my radio turned on. So I turned my radio on and I said, hey boss, you know, 205, why are we down? He goes, oh, 205, are you up? I've been trying to call you. And so he was trying to call us just to tell us, you know, that our cap station or our frequency changed or whatever. But when he couldn't get us on the radio, he goes, oh, they're having a radio problem, they're down. So from Hooter forgetting to sync his compass and me forgetting to turn on my radio, the gears are turning in his head. So as soon as we take off and we get in front of the ship, Hooter comes up on the ICS and he goes, "Bio, we're complacent." So anybody that was in naval aviation in the mid-1980s remembers when Approach probably started banging the drum about complacency. And that was a term for having so much experience that you were dangerous. And from Hooter saying that, it made alarm bells go off, and it really forced me to reset my I don't know, professionalism, I guess. And so I've always credited him. I mean, I heard those words ringing in my ears for the rest of my flying career.
That is
And see the entire film, now streaming on Amazon and Tubi TV, or order the Blu-ray and DVD online on our website, speedangelsproductions.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment below so as not to miss new upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.